I must see you guys in the next video. In fact, I honestly want to see you guys in the next video, so comment yes if I would see you in the next video. Before we start with this this trick would blow your mind 100%. This is the best trick and tips we have posted on this channel so far. So before we start, smash that like button. As usual, whenever you're about to receive the ball, you have to give a fast command, either a standing shot or a normal shot. It has to be very, very fast. Otherwise, when you trap the ball or you decide to control the ball, many things can happen. And I would show you one of the things that can happen when you decide to control the ball. So I decide to control the ball here, and this is what happens. The opponent player becomes alert to tackle for the ball. And if I don't give another quick command, it would tackle and successfully win the ball. I tried to give a pass command on the second attempt, but it wasn't fast enough. Why wasn't it fast enough? Because before receiving the ball, I decided to control it in a space that is wrong. This is under space that is wrong. You have to give a fast command, else your opponent would be ready to tackle for the ball. It doesn't matter if it's a striker or goalkeeper, that player can be able to tackle for the ball as soon as you decide to control the ball in the wrong space. So the first tip in this video is don't control the ball everywhere. Don't decide to control the ball. Before the ball gets to you, give a command. Am I passing to goalkeeper? Am I clearing the ball? Am I giving a standing pass? Am I doing this or that? Otherwise, when you decide to control the ball, your opponent is on alert to tackle you, and he can tackle you regardless of the defensive abilities he has. No matter whether it's a goalkeeper or striker, he can still win the ball. Comment ball control if you've understood the first point. Now the second thing is you need long-range shooting skill to be able to give a fast command before receiving the ball. So before receiving the ball, you want to do a fast command like shooting. You need certain skills. One of those skills is long-range shooting for normal shots, and it works fantastic. So for strikers, make sure all of them has long-range shooting skill. It's very important that you have long-range shooting. It removes the scripts in eFootball. Sometimes you are very close to the opponent's goal on it, and you decide to take a shot, but your player misses it. The reason is because your player doesn't have the long-range shooting skill. So when you have the long-range shooting skill and you are very close to the net, just tap the shot very small and you'd score it. If you tap it too much, you would miss the shot. The third tip, which is also very important, is you have to make sure you are going for the ball. Make sure you are going for the ball, because it's very easy to miss the ball. You have to make sure you are going for the ball. You'd see lots of such situations in this video. There are certain situations you can't win the ball. In those situations, you don't go for the ball. But when the ball is close to you, you have to make sure you are going for the ball. Otherwise, you would move away from the ball. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, this is very important. That's why I keep emphasizing on make sure you are going for the ball when you are using the matchup. But ladies and gentlemen, once again, if you are trying to attack with this one, instead of going for the ball, what you do is before the ball gets to you, give a pass command. You have to do something very quick. So there is a difference between when you are defending and when you are attacking. When you are attacking, most often before the ball receives you, give a fast command. But when you are defending, you have to make sure you are going for the ball. You have to move precisely and accurately. When your opponent takes an extra touch, you have to be ready to give a command on the ball. Otherwise, when you decide to control a ball like this, okay, if I decide to control a ball like this, the other opponent will be ready to tackle me. So whoever decides to control the ball, the other opponent will be ready to tackle them. So I won't control the ball here. I just give a very quick command, and that is exactly what you must do. Otherwise, if you don't clear this, what happens? See the opponent's foot, it's ready to tackle me and get the ball. So, if you've understood everything I've just said now, comment best footballer so that I know you are following the tips and tricks in this particular video. Now, the next tip and trick that is tip number 4 inside this video that you must know is, in certain angles or situations like this, you can't accurately win the ball, so you go away from the ball to intercept the true pass or pass command, and that is exactly how you do it. So let me repeat what I just said in tip 4. In certain situations, you can't accurately win the ball, so you go away from the ball. The 5th tip is you need long-range killer skill. If you don't have long-range killer skill, you would miss certain chances like this. And when you have long-range killer skill and long-range shooting, that brings us to the 5th tip. You have to tap the shot very small. Low power is very effective in scoring long-range shooters and long-range killers. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are on our final trick. If you made it so far, trust me when I say the next thing I'm going to share with you is gonna blow your mind. So before we do that, let's take a quick 10 seconds break and then we continue. Okay, so remember I told you that you shouldn't go for certain balls. This is one of the balls you shouldn't go for. We made a mistake. Maybe you noticed the mistake, but here is the final truth. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we've given our opponent too much space. We have two choices. Either we chase our opponent to match up, or we close the space between him and the other players. So if he decides not to pass, we would be giving him more space. So I make the choice to chase our opponent. And when we are chasing our opponents, you have to move very accurately and precise. And here's the situation whereby our opponent has lots of ball control, meaning he can run more effectively. This brings us to our final trick. You have to be able to control the case very well. Since we are moving that direction, that's why the other player also moved that direction and blocked. But we considered an own goal. That's the best way to defend such balls. Master your case control. We could have decided to move more backwards to mark this player and intercept the pass, but if opponent doesn't decide to pass, we would have created more space. That is why it is the most effective method, that is, master your Kaiser control. Move in a direction that when you are stranded, your Kaiser can move in that direction and be able to block or intercept the ball. Unfortunately, our Kaiser switched, but the player blocked the ball into our own net. So here's another situation. We are moving forwards. Unfortunately, we can intercept the ball if he decides to pass to that player, but unfortunately he didn't. So we change our direction to backwards, and then we trust our next Kaiser control stick to be able to intercept the ball for us, just like we did in the previous scenario. So watch this. Now, when you're getting the ball, you've not won the ball until you've won it. So you have to move very accurately, precisely. When the ball is getting close to you, don't move away from it. Otherwise, your opponent would win the ball. And ladies and gentlemen, this is why all the tips and tricks I've given you are very important. All must work quickly, like none of them is above the other. We are moving backwards, but if we don't change it and direct it towards the ball, we would still miss the ball. The 7th tip is every ball has a trajectory. So depending on where you are, there are certain balls you should give, like here, give a lofted pass. Like when you have a throw in, always give a lofted pass, else if you use a normal pass, it would pass on the floor and your opponent can intercept it very easily. And there are certain situations that the down pass, normal passes are very hard to intercept. So you have to make sure you are moving towards the ball, otherwise you will move away from the ball just like I did. So what we could have done is we should have still be moving backwards alongside the lines of the ball. The trick is when you are getting close to the ball, what you do, the way you change your direction would make your opponent win the ball. And when you change your direction, you have to be able to use tip number 7, that is control your Kaiser, in order for the next player to be moving in direction that he can block the ball. So if you miss the ball, if you can't get the direction right, make sure that you would move your Kaiser in a direction that the next player would move in order to block the ball. And the most important of all is always try to get a direction very right at the last second. If you don't get a direction right, you would be screwed. But even if you get screwed, you have to make sure that the next player that is coming is moving in the right direction to block and intercept the ball. So don't forget tip number 3, don't control the ball in certain situations, otherwise your opponent will be ready to tackle the ball. See his foot, it's ready to tackle for me. If I had controlled the ball, I would have lost it. So don't control the ball in certain situation. And, ladies and gentlemen, let's take another short break and then we'll continue the video. So that's the effect of long-range shooting skill. If you are very close to the pole or the net, just take a low shot and you would be able to score. Sometimes you have to control the ball. In such a situation, there was lots of space, so I could have controlled the ball before taking the shot. Sometimes you don't have to control the ball, but most of the times you don't have to control the ball. You just have to take a quick shot or a quick pass. See, I decided to control the ball one day and made the goalkeeper come to catch up to me quickly. So it depends on the situation, but once again, most of the times you have to act quickly by giving a fast command like fast pass, fast turning pass, fast through pass, and those kind of stuff depends on certain skills. I've talked about the skills necessary in one of the videos. You can find a full detailed guide in the next video. That video would be the next one. So I hope to see you guys in the next video, and make sure you've joined our Telegram channel. Link would be inside the video description. And yeah, bye bye. I must see you guys in the next video.